Hello everybody, hello again. Today we're going to talk about schools and schooling in itself. Now, the wonderful Michael Gove, he was an amazing man. He did a great hatchet job on our schools. In fact, we are almost back to 1920s standards, I think, whereby you're going to have grammar schools, which is going to be for us rich people and our rich kids, and you're going to have no schools at all for your poor people. Well, you'll be lucky if they're drop-ins, actually, the way that it's going. Even today, it was so nice to hear that after Gove's efforts in destroying the schools and destroying the system that we had in place that was working fine, he destroyed all that. Free schools, academies. Now we've got an excessive amount of grammar schools suddenly appearing everywhere, which is good for us. And the academies are in so much trouble financially because we're not giving them any money that they're actually asking the parents to pay for their kids to go to school. What a wonderful thing that is. That's taking capitalism to the next stage. That's even better than America, because even the Americans don't ask their kids' parents to pay for them to go to school when they're still young. Only when they get older, when they get to sort of universities and stuff like that, like over here, they have to pay. Now, one of the schools, I heard it this morning, there's a school in Oxfordshire, which is absolutely a fantastic news, has actually asked the parents to make donations towards their kids' schooling. Donations now, fees 2 or 3 years time after we've won the next election. And then what we can do then, because we'll have to cut the amount of money that we give to these lower schools like academies, and the amount we give to primary schools and things like that. We can increase class sizes, and we can stop educating the masses, which is one of our biggest mistakes. Because if we hadn't have educated the masses, you lot wouldn't have known what you're missing out on. But now you bloody well do, and it's absolutely atrocious that we have to pay for your kids to go to school. You know, we've been doing it since God knows when, paying for children to go to school, but why should we continue doing it? I think it's totally outrageous. You know, I've got no kids in school, so why should I have to pay? And on the subject of paying and the way that schools are paid for, we pay for schools through our council tax. Why don't we impose a poll tax similar to the 90s, which is what we have in mind? We'll introduce a new poll tax, only this time it'll be a poll tax on children. The more children you've got, the more you'll have to pay, because children take up more of our resources than any other. We have policing for children, we have schooling for children, we have buses for children to take the kids to school. I know that's probably our fault anyway for selling off all the schools and building houses on, but that's irrelevant. Forget that one, like you always do. Anyway, so I think it'd be a good idea if we introduced a poll tax, because they were talking about a poll tax again based on adults. No, based on kids. The more kids you got, the more poll tax you'll pay, and that's how it will be. So if you've got a child, we'll say between the ages of 0 and 9, so for 5 years they'll be going to school, you have to pay poll tax at 40% the adult rate. If you've got one between the ages of 10 and 18, you'll have to pay 75% of the adult rate, and the adults will have to pay it anyway. And that's one way of getting rid of all the problems with money and financing all the local stuff. We can take it off the kids. That's a good idea, isn't it? And people like me, who've got no children, only got one partner, we just pay minimum amount. A bit like they did back in the 90s when all the other counties had £500 or £600 per head on the adults that were staying in a house. We can have that, and the Westminster and rich places like that can actually not pay any poll tax at all, like they did back then. What a wonderful idea that is. Anyway, that's enough on that one. So schools scrap them for ordinary people and just have drop-ins like they do in Africa. What an excellent idea. Bye.